morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a fabulous morning. Make sure you tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live, okay? I'm so grateful for this day. Yesterday was the first day of fall. Now, Texas, we have to pretty much kind of catch up because we don't know what it's going to be. We get summer one day, we get fall one day, we get winter one day. I know that we have some cooler temperatures. When they say cooler here, is in the 80s. Okay, coming up over the next few days, it's supposed to rain late night tonight, early morning tomorrow. So that may drop the temperature some, but I love the fall, y'all. I love the fall, winter time. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Cherry. Thank you so much for joining. I love this time of year. You get ready. Thanksgiving will be here, baby. They've already had our Halloween candy since June. So if y'all go and get some Halloween candy, child, check the dates. Okay. Good morning, my sis. Shelly Shells is in the building. Hey, sis. Good morning. And Cherry, thank you for being first in the building. Hey, Pammy Pooh. Good morning. Good morning, Capricorn 88. Thank you so much for joining, ladies. I appreciate that. If y'all would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat. I think it's, since I'm on YouTube, different little gifts they have on here, and Cashapp if you would like to support me or the channel. And y'all, we are rocking it here at the open book. Welcome all new family. Y'all, I have never seen anything like this. I mean, record numbers of new subscribers daily. So I am so grateful to God, and welcome our new subscribers to the channel because it really means a lot to me. Good morning, Catherine. Thank you for joining. So if y'all get that Halloween candy, check the dates. Okay, it's been out since the summer. Y'all know Thanksgiving quickly approaching, because baby, once we hit October, the rest of the year just seems to just fly by. Okay, Christmas, all the different Christmas activities and so forth. So yeah, I love this time of year. I really do. And we do get a break from the high temperatures. I wanted to, I know a lot of y'all are going to work and things like that. And I wanted to kind of go over something encouraging and to help you with your day and your week and hopefully in life. I was thinking about it this morning. Some of you may follow Brianna Battles, former Mrs. LaTruth. Hey, Cherry said I started my flower beds cleaned out yesterday. Happy fall. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. And this past weekend, she did, I think, a video. Now, I only got screenshots. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on one second. Thank you, Cherry, for the flower. I appreciate that gift. Thank you so much. God bless you. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. I got screenshots of her babies. Now, her babies are about to be 1 year old, coming up New Year's Eve. Okay. And I don't know, she was just trying to be popular, famous, like Beyonce and Ashanti and so forth, without showing her babies for the longest. Okay. And so recently she did a live or a video, and the babies were shown in the video, but then all of a sudden she deleted the video. Okay. Now, what I'll come to learn with her is, hi, Brittany, good morning. She does that multiple times. Okay. She knows what she is doing. She will put her babies out here, let people get the picture, screenshots, talk about it, take the video down, and then try to strike people or try to go after people saying that they're talking about her kids and so forth. It's all a strategy. It's all a part of the plan. When you have lack of content, lack of anything interesting happening in your life, you have to play those types of games. Now, one thing that I want people to be aware of is you have to be prepared for people's tactics, and not just people's tactics, but the enemy's tactics. Okay. You cannot be ignorant of the devices. Knowing that how she operates, okay, we already knew that that was a trap. As y'all can tell, as much as I talked about these babies real, all of that stuff in the beginning, when all of that comes out with these baby pictures and she kind of does a glimpse of the picture, the babies and all of that, do y'all see me talking about that? No. I think once we talked about the fake AI babies, but the real ones, I said no, because she likes to play games and people are not trying to play games with their channels, their money, and all of that, fooling with her. Okay, so you have to watch the patterns. Okay, you have to watch the different strategies that they use. Hey, Nicole, good morning, sis. Thank you for joining. You have to watch the different strategies. It may be someone even in your life that you're like, man, I've been doing good. I've been going about my day. I've been, trying to stay on the right path. I've been watching my mouth, not really cussing, not popping off and doing all of that. But it's something about this particular person that I encounter every day or once a week, twice a week. And here we go. That means that you have not recognized the device, the tactic, the trap that they have and have been setting up for you. Okay. When we already know people's character and we know stuff about them already and how they move and how they operate, certain things should not surprise us. At some point, we have to get to a point where we're like, oh, baby, I already know what's coming next. Y'all, some people are so predictable. It's boring. Okay. It gets boring. Okay. You see the same cycle every time. This happens. Oh, you already know this is about to happen. Oh, this is about to happen. Oh, you already know this is about to happen. It becomes a pattern. And so with the enemy, although he watches us, he can't read our minds, but he watches our actions. He listens to the things that we say. He comes to kind of know us. He becomes comfortable. He kind of knows what will get us upset, what will trigger us, what will make us cry, what will get our eye, that we like, whether it's the chocolate cake or the chocolate man. Okay. He has peaked us and he recognizes what can get us off guard. But what we have to do is we have to make sure that we are not ignorant of his devices. We have to see it in advance. We have to pretty much, catch, this is what is about to happen. Okay, you're about to use this to trap me. So if this particular person is trying to get you to pop off every time you see them, then guess what? You have to be on the offense. If I'm not mistaken, in football, the offense is pretty much guarding and getting ahead of it. The defense is the reaction to what happened. So now you're like, man, I already know. Every time I see this person, I get upset. Every time she says this, it makes me want to cuss her out. Okay, so if you already know that, be prepared for that. Don't let her or him trick you into doing that each time you see them, whether it's your baby daddy, your husband, your ex-husband, wife, ex-wife, baby mama, kids, whatever. We got to recognize the tactics and the things that the devil is trying to throw our way. Don't keep falling into the same trap. Okay. If y'all think about, what is that cartoon? What was the name of it? Was it the Bugs Bunny or the Road Runner? And he would always try to set little traps along the way because he knew he was coming. So he was like, oh, let me put this here so he can fall into this hole, or let me put this here, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, that's what the devil tries to do with us every day. Each time we're trying to walk with Christ, do better our lives, trying to go up higher, he will try to trip us. Okay. We have to reverse that thing. We have to reverse it. We can't keep having the same reaction. If we keep having the same reaction, we'll never grow. We'll never see the next level. Okay. But we have to be wise. We have to trust God to speak into our hearts and give us discernment, okay, so that we can recognize all of those tactics and strategies that he is using to try to stop us. Do y'all remember? Okay, so when Peter had denied Christ for 3 times, right? Now, Jesus already knew that was going to happen. Okay, he wasn't crazy. He had already told him, you're going to do this. He like, no, I'm not going to do it. No, I love you, Lord. No, I would never. When people say that, be careful. Okay. I love you, girl. I would never betray you. I would never talk about you. I would never. Child, be careful of that. Okay. So he kept saying, oh, he would never and all this. Well, when the clock struck, what happened? He did the very thing he said he would never do. Hey, Janet, good morning. Thank you for joining, sis. He did the very thing. And I remember when he said the enemy comes to sift you as wheat, but I have prayed for you. Even Jesus knew the enemy had tactics, and what his motive was for us is to sift us, to get us weaker, to shred us to pieces, to destroy us. He came but to steal, kill, and destroy, but Jesus came that we may have life and have it more abundantly. So even he was showing us and letting us know that although he comes to try to sift you as wheat, he prays for us every day. Every moment of the day, he is interceding to the Father on our behalf. Lord, please don't let her cuss out. Lord, please don't let her pop off. Lord, please don't let her get frustrated and depressed. Lord, please don't let her fall into that trap. He's praying for us daily. Good morning, love me. Thank you for joining. Every day, all day. So we cannot be ignorant as we're walking about life. Going into work. If you know you're going into work and as soon as you walk in, here's that manager that comes into your face telling you what you got to get done today. You got a meeting. You didn't even get a chance to eat your McDonald's. And you know you about to be mad. Now see, she done messed up my goddamn day already. Okay, now if you already know that could be a possibility, you go in there with the mindset of, you know what, I don't care who come, and I'm going to be flexible today. We're going to go with the flow. You're not ruining my day, devil. But this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Okay, baby, shock them. See, sometimes you got to shock the devil. Okay, because they know they've been watching you. Whoever it is, they've been watching. Don't give them the reaction that they think that you're going to give. Because they already know if I say this, they're going to pop off and they're going to talk about me and we're going to have this same. That's all some people want to do. They feed off of drama, talking about each other, doing XYZ. They feed off of that. It's exciting for them. Okay. They love when you get upset. They love when you're not walking in your full purpose. The enemy doesn't want you to. He's not going to allow it to be easy. He does not want you to see the fullness of who you are and whose you are and what you're capable of. So this will be things that we have to come across in life. Okay, well, we recognize who we are and the tricks and the traps that he has set for us already. Okay, so that's how you have to reverse that thing. So if they come in there and they're like, oh, I know if I say this or do this, she's going to get upset. Then she ain't going to want to talk. And then I can say, see, look at her. See, she always got an attitude. No, you go up in there and they say, we got a meeting or something like that. Oh, okay. What time is it? Okay, let me put my stuff down. we can go ahead. Yeah. Okay, baby, they want to know what to do. Because you're not giving the same reaction. Okay, even if you're cringing on the inside, okay, you like, golly, it's hurting me to keep this smile on my face. Now, at first, it may seem a little fake. Okay, sometimes that's where that comes into play. You gotta fake it till you make it. But at the same time, you're not giving the enemy the satisfaction. You're not giving that person the satisfaction to keep getting that same reaction that's going to take you there. You gotta reverse it on that enemy. Okay, do not be ignorant. If anything that you remember today, tell yourself, I am not going to be ignorant. And when I say it in that context, I mean ignorant of the devices. Whatever he is trying to do to get you off balance, okay, off track, you got to reverse that thing. Love Me said, I have one on my job. I can feel her spirit coming towards me. Okay, I call Jesus and she walks away. Hello? Because let me tell you, I do too. Wait a minute. It's like, I'll smile and everything. And so I'm supposed to have like this, I don't know if I want to, let me not say it because then it'll be like who it is in case they ever hear this. But I was like, you know what? Let me protect my spirit. I got to make one decision that can do that. Okay. So, you got to recognize who are those people that get up under your skin like that. Okay. So if you got to say, hey, let's do a meeting this way. Okay. You want to do it FaceTime or Zoom or something like that. If they come into your space and they doing too much. Okay. So yeah, that's a good thing. You got to know who those people are and call out Jesus. Jesus, look, they're getting on my nerves. Okay. And he already know. So when you're being vocal with him and telling him how you feeling, it's not a surprise. Nothing is a surprise. The other day, my kids was getting on my nerves. Okay. I said, Jesus, they're getting on my nerves. They're getting on my nerves. Okay. He already knew it. It wasn't a surprise to him. I'm like, I need you because I'm about to go off in this house. Okay, I'm about to shut it all down. And I needed to get me a little quiet time and calm down. Then the next thing I knew, they went into their rooms. They were watching TV, got, quiet and all of that. Okay, be honest with God in your feelings and your emotions. Be honest and say, look, it's this man that I'm feeling. Okay, but I know that man is married. Uh-oh. So I know that's my kind. He looks all fine and things, but I know that you don't have a married man for me. Okay, so I am going to not even look at him like that. And I know that you will send me the desires of my heart. Okay. Oh, Nicole said, I just learned how to tune them out by keeping an earbud in. I don't be knowing what they be saying. That's another way too. Okay. Nicole said, babe, I don't even hear it. Okay. Hey, that's another clue today. Get you some earbuds. But look, that's a strategy. Okay. Sis said she is not about to be tricked by the enemy. You got to do what works for you. If walking away from a situation works for you so that you're not tempted to fall into the trap, do that. Okay, if putting earbuds in so you don't even have to hear it, so you don't fall into the trap, do that. Okay, if putting on gospel music, letting that play in your ear while you're sitting at your desk all day, so you don't fall into any traps, do that. If being by yourself in your car during your breaks or wherever you are, hey, I go around the family, look, I'm gonna wait in the car. You're not getting along with some of the family members. Do that. Okay, whatever helps you to keep your peace where you're not falling into trap after trap after trap, do that. Don't be ignorant. Okay, I just be looking and smiling. Girl, and some people, like when y'all go to the grocery store, child, so many people have these earbuds and I'm thinking they're talking to me and I'm like, huh? And they're like, oh, on the phone. Oh, okay. Oh, baby, so many people are doing that right now. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. So yes, y'all, we're gonna continue to walk this thing out and to be cognizant of yourself too. What are your weaknesses? What's something that you know is a weakness of yours? Everyone has weaknesses. Everyone. But you want to know that about yourself, just like you want to know your strengths. You want to know what you're good at, just like you want to know your weaknesses. Okay? So when you're a self-aware of yourself, not just having this superficial definition of who you are, but be real about it. Like sometimes I'm the problem. Some people can't recognize that. They don't want to say that about themselves. They would prefer to be the victim and everybody else wrong. No, when are you wrong? Sometimes it's my mouth. Sometimes, hey, I'm doing the wrong thing. Okay. So we got to say those things and recognize that about ourselves and then be like, God, help me to be better than that. I don't want to be the one that's bringing that energy or the one that's doing this or doing that. I want to be better than that. And he will meet us at the need. We got to recognize it first. If we always play victim, thinking somebody else is the problem, and that's one thing that gets on my nerves, y'all. It's like some people, and when they do that, it's like something inside of me just wants to scream. But you are not always the victim. Everybody not always wrong. It is some stuff that you need to work on too. And I've seen people like that, and I'm like, no, you're not always right. You're not always I do this for people, I do that. No, and you also are a gaslighter and a manipulator and a liar. Okay. So no, it's not always cool to be the perceived victim in every situation. At what point, if we're the common denominator, are we going to say, okay, I got to make some changes? I'm losing too many friends. People leaving me left and right. What's going on? Okay, is it something I'm giving off? If we're honest with ourselves, that leaves space for growth as well. Okay? Because if we don't see an issue, God can't help us with that. Because we don't even see that we have an issue. And so we're going to continue to recognize the tricks, the traps that the devil sets for us and not continue to fall into those things. Reverse it on him. Reverse that thing today. But yeah, y'all, just wanted to be of encouragement today. That was on my heart this morning. I was driving from dropping my kids off at school, and I was like, you know what? That is a very good topic on today, because I know that the enemy is roaming about every day, y'all. It was so much stuff I was looking at on Facebook, y'all. Story after story after story of just so many things happening. I don't know if y'all heard this one story. School bus behind me. I don't know if y'all heard this one story about this assistant principal in Chicago. Okay. And she ended up getting unalived by her husband. Okay. Or former husband. I don't know if the divorce had gone through. I think they were still married. And so the night before, they got into some kind of dispute, domestic dispute or altercation, and a pow was pulled out. Now the neighbors heard some things going on and all of this. The mom of the lady, the assistant principal, told her the next day that they were going to go to the police station. Now, I just wish that was the first thing they did that day and not wait. Hey, let's say good morning. Cherry said, may God add his blessing to this morning's message. Amen. Thank you, Cherry. Amen. Yes, Lord. I don't know what made them say they were going to wait until after school to go to the police station, but it gave the enemy time to put his plan into motion. Now, the sister said that The mom was going to pick up her sister, okay, which was the assistant principal. She was supposed to go with her. But at the last minute, one of her former Sunday school teachers called her and they started having like this long conversation. And she told her mama, well, go ahead and go. I'll catch up with y'all. When her mom went to pick her up and she got into the car, the husband pulled up into the vehicle in front of them and opened fire with a rifle and shot 20 times until both his wife and her mom passed away. And if the sister had been in that car with them, she would have passed away as well. And then when cops came, he started shooting at cops and then eventually unalived himself. Y'all, the devil is not playing right now. It is story after story. Like if you just turn on, you don't even have to turn on the news. If you turn on YouTube, if you turn on Facebook, it's so many things. I mean, we got people being found in bios in Houston. They don't know what's happening. Seems like a serial killer. People just, one girl walking from a gas station at night, by across the street by the bio, and next 4 days later, I think they found her body. They don't know what happened. They don't know if somebody did something. She committed suicide. They don't know. They don't know. That's my hometown. And it's been 10 bodies since January that they found in bios just around. I mean, it's like literally the enemy is roaming about, seeking whom he may devour. He's using people's family members. He's using, I mean, even look at the Romika Meeks, her baby dad and his girlfriend. He's using friends, people you think are friends. He's using whatever he can to get to you. But God places a hedge of protection around us. And that's what we're going to even pray for, that he places hedge of protection around us, around our families, our friends, that we are not in the crossfire of his attacks. Be vigilant, y'all. In these last days, be vigilant, be watchful, be on guard. Even when you're out and about, hence the lady on the subway, just getting on a seat, sitting down, had her earbuds in. Man stands up, stabs her, leaves her there for dead. Out of nowhere, within seconds. It's not the time to play games with our lives. Pick a side. Are we going to be the enemy side? Are we going to choose God? The being lukewarm, it used to probably be cute. Okay. Or like you had a lot of time, but nowadays time is ticking. Like if you haven't seen it now, how it's ticking, it's ticking. Okay, it is ticking quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker every day. We have to keep short accounts with God and short accounts with people. Forgive, y'all. Forgive quickly. Don't let stuff harbor. Keep your heart clean. Asking God, creating us clean hearts and renew right spirits within us. Pray over your children as they go to these schools. So much stuff taking place at these schools. Y'all, it's a lot. Not to overwhelm or put fear or anything out there, but it's the reality. And we have to face reality. But at the same time, we know we have a Savior and we know we have a solution. We are not without hope. And so I even on a daily basis, like, is it worth it? You know, holding on to certain things, is it worth it? I want to be up out of here and got something on my heart. You know, it's like, is it worth it? popping off all the time. Is it worth it? It's like people, I mean, y'all, it's so many stories. I just shake my head. I'm like trying to keep up, keep y'all informed, do videos and so forth. But like yesterday, y'all, I took a break. I had to mentally. I took a mental health break. I didn't feel like talking. I didn't want to really do stories. Now, I did share the Officer Tommy Norman video about him retiring after 27 years. And this was amid a domestic dispute situation that's still being investigated. But something tells me that lady made it more than what it was. He did say it was an accident when she was trying to slap him and he was trying to block it. One of her hand movements, he accidentally hit her. Okay. And also yesterday was the anniversary of my mom's death. It was the 8th year anniversary. Excuse me. And even in that, I didn't allow the enemy to have my day that the Lord had blessed me with. What I did that morning, I went live from my Facebook, actually. And I honored my mom. I talked about lessons from my mom. And y'all, at the end of that live, what was so, oh my gosh, it was nothing but God. I was sitting out in my car and it was like, not like dark clouds, stormy clouds, but like a gray sky almost, where it wasn't fully sunny yet. And out of nowhere, towards the end of that live, after I talked about my mom, it was the biggest sunshine that started shining down on the side of my car. And that was almost like God was letting me know she is with you. And it gave me a peace, y'all, the whole rest of the day. I was so at peace. I even did my Zumba came on live. Baby, I had technical difficulties with that at the end. But we did Zumba at the end. I wasn't depressed. I wasn't crying, and I thank God for the prayers of everyone that had been praying for me that day as well. But recognize even in that, the tactics of the enemy. Sometimes he will even use holidays, birthdays of our loved ones to try to get us into depression, into just extra grieving. And it can be a happy and joyous time with the rest of your family, the ones who are still living. But he tries to take that from us. Even in that, that's a tactic. Love Me said, my daughter called me this morning and said a white working truck tried to hit her as she was getting out of her car. Really? See, that's what I'm saying. It's things like that. Is she okay though? Lord have mercy. Good morning, Mrs. X. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much, Nicole. Yeah. He will even try to use those moments. But don't be ignorant. Okay? If you know, and I'm not saying the human side of us is not going to feel sad or grieve our loved ones. I'm not saying that by any means. What I'm saying is, if we know that around the holidays, around birthdays, these different times, that he will try to use that to bring depression or even uncontrollably where you can't even get it together, that can sometimes be a trap. Because guess what? Our loved ones don't even want to come back here. They like, baby, you need to come on where I'm at. Okay. This is the joy of the Lord. This is peace. Okay. It's no better place. But our human hearts do miss them. So in our humanity, of course, there will be tears. We will cry. But does it have to take up our whole holidays, that whole day? And God had to let me know. You've had memories. You shared moments with your mom. You are now a mom as well. So we're making memories for our kids, the next generation. Continue to remember her. Continue to talk about her. but also continue to enjoy life. And that was one thing that my mom told me. She said if I could ever tell people across the world anything, was to live their lives. Because when it was time for her, the things she really wanted to do, we got older and things like that, she felt her health challenges stopped a lot of that. And she had wished that she had done more in her younger years. You have families, you have children, you have those that love you. You're making memories with them. What are they going to remember you for? Thank you, love me. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope she's okay. Mrs. X said, excellent advice open. The enemy is always trying. Exactly. Exactly. He is. And we just have to be cognizant of that. And notice, y'all, he also operates in cycles. Cycles. And I read about that one day, and I know Jonathan McReynolds, if y'all haven't heard that song, okay, she's okay, good, a little shaken up. I would be too. But thank God for blocking it. Hello. Because, baby, the enemy be trying. I'm telling you, he tries it. Accidents that God steps in, he tries it. Okay, God stops the car just in time. God blocked that just in time. Thank you, Lord. If y'all today, if you get a chance to listen to it, it's called Cycles by Jonathan McReynolds. And it talks about those different cycles that the enemy will try to have you on. And you got to recognize the cycles. He'll say, okay, the holidays coming up. Here we go. Let me go ahead and put some depression on them. And then they depressed for 3 months. Look at the time wasted of your life. No, be like, no. I grieve when really with grief anyway, it comes in waves. Okay. Go with the wave in the moment. Don't wait till a particular time to grieve. If you wanted to cry in June, cry in June. Okay. Scream, get it out. Okay. And then if it comes again around Christmas, still go with the flow of it. But don't just say, oh, I'm going to prepare. Like one day, okay, after I had lost my baby, and that was in April, and I had to go back to work. And I remember between April and June, I said, okay, this summer, thank you, Nicole. This summer, I'm going to be depressed. I'm going to grieve the loss of my child. I literally prepared to be at home crying every day. Literally, I was preparing myself. I wanted to just sit there and cry the whole time. And around June, because I felt like after the loss, and I had to go back to work, I had to be there for my kids. And I had to make sure they passed their STAR test. I had distractions. Good distractions, nonetheless. I felt that in June, I had a moment where I could just sit and cry all day. And one of my mother-in-law's friends asked me to bake her a cake. And I'm like, she want me to bake a cake for? I ain't never baked no cake. And I said, what kind of cake? And she said a 7-up pound cake. So I went and I looked up a recipe for a 7-up pound cake. And then made her a cake. Now, my aunt that lives in Houston, she has a restaurant in downtown Houston. Shout out. And y'all, also Darius Cooks, he did a review on her restaurant in Houston. She used to put these little flowers in the middle of her cake. Good morning, Glenn. Thank you for joining. And I decided to put a little flower like she did in the middle of the cake. So she said when I dropped it out and she had it and whatever, she sent me a message. She was like, girl, this cake is good. You need to sell these. And I'm like, selling cakes, you know? So I took pictures of the cakes, shared it online and all of that, Facebook and stuff. So then I got some more orders, okay? So I started baking more cakes and then came up with a whole little name for it. LMJ's, I'm thinking about my tutor, Mrs. Mabry's Unique Desserts. Okay. Then I started doing mini bundt cakes, like the small ones. And it eventually just started taking over my summer. But at the same time, it was a whole extra form of income, another stream of income as well. And I prayed over the cakes and I said, God, you are something else. He is so strategic. Okay? Because what I had planned, baby, he had a different plan. Okay? Baby, when I tell you that was a good distraction away from what I thought that I was going to do with my summer. And then in that, y'all, I got a chance to meet radio personality hosts, like, because it was her birthday. And I was like, well, can I surprise you with one of my cakes? Is it okay if I come by? I surprised her with the cake, got to meet her in person. I was meeting so many people, delivering cakes to people that lived in mansions around the DFW area, and, just seeing different things. And it took my mind off of what I wanted it to be on. I didn't have to be depressed that June. God gave me something else. Even with the loss of my mom, 4 days after having my rainbow baby, my baby actually was a good distraction. Because nothing is like sitting there wanting to go into full depression and crime mode, and you got to change a diaper. Okay? Or you got my little baby girl coming over, hey, mommy, wanting a hug. I said, well, I can't even cry in peace. I can't even cry in peace. Okay? I gotta get food ready. I gotta feed this one. I gotta make an obituary while my baby is taking a nap. God is so strategic, y'all. I was able to travel to Houston after having a C-section 2 weeks after I gave birth. 2 weeks. Good morning, Rebecca. Welcome. 2 weeks. No pain. No other stuff going on that y'all know, women know. People didn't believe me. Only God could have done that because he knew what I was going to go into. He knew the fight that I was about to have in the loss of my mom. I had to travel with my baby, newborn baby, to Houston within 2 weeks of having him. And I never thought when I was going to go back, after I saw her that last time, when I was going to go back, because I told her I'm not going to be back till after I had a baby. I didn't know it was going to be for that purpose. She was rushing for him to get here. Now I saw why in that moment. But God always has different plans for us. And I'm trying to think of how to word this. Even with attacks, God does it where it doesn't crush us. Oh, Jesus. Where it doesn't knock our full faith out. Even with the heart, if you think back over your life. Hi, D, welcome. Hey, little Sizzle. Thank y'all for joining. If you think back over your life, even the worst thing that has happened to you, it didn't take you out. You didn't lose your mind. Now, it's times where we thought we were. Okay? I know I'm speaking for myself. But he didn't let us go out of our minds, because obviously you're on this live. You made it through, obviously, because you're on this live. And it did not crush you. So although we know that there are trials, tribulations, things that we face in life, He does it with the least impact. Oh, God. Thank you, Jesus. Even with the loss of my mom, both in the hospital at the same time. And the way he did it was the way he knew I could handle it better. He did it as I was coming home with my rainbow baby, because I had him after the miscarriage. My mom was transitioning home. So by the time I got home and got my kids fed, my friends were still over there, I got the phone call. It's like she just left. It was not like I was standing near a bed seeing her sick or seeing her this way or something very traumatic, or it's like she just left. And he knew to do it like that. Because one thing, when I was there in the hospital that Wednesday, my focus had been so much on protecting my baby and making sure that I give birth. I had had 2 miscarriages prior to that. So I was so focused on, I got to make sure I cover, and when I say cover, pray over my baby, speaking words of faith over my baby. Once I had given birth, I'll never forget that Wednesday. I was in that hospital bed, and they let me stay at the hospital, y'all. It was favor even in that for 5 days. I could have been gone, but they let me stay. They let me just stay. Okay, they were helping me and all of that. That Wednesday, I was sitting there, and I said, all right, God, now I can get my focus back on my mom. You know, we about to pray her through this, because it worked the times before. Felt like the prayer, faith that we had, it worked before. Now my focus can shift again and get her through this time. But that time didn't come. It was finally time. She had been praying. She was ready. She was tired. And God knew that was the way to do it. He knew it was the way, that was the way to do it. But the good part is, in that, she was able to see that what she had been praying for also came to pass. Don't get so focused on the big miracle. Thank you, D. I love you too. Thank you, Lil Sizzle. God bless you. Until you miss the little blessings and miracles along the way. God had to remind me that he had worked miracle after miracle after miracle after miracle over my mom, till even doctors were wondering, how does she keep making it through? One time, she said she was in the hospital and all these people ran in there. She didn't know what was happening. She was asleep, and they ended up taking her to IMCU. That's the one before ICU, because her heart rate started dropping. And she looking like, I feel okay. And they thought that they would lose her even then. They thought they were going to lose her because they didn't know what had happened. One time she was in the hospital and her fever was so high you could stand back, they said, and feel the heat off of her body. They thought they were going to lose her. It was so many doctors and nurses that came to just know my mom, that would go to her for encouragement. I said, Mama, you're being used even in that God is sending you to these places so that people can see his power, so that you can encourage them. And he did that. He did that. God works miracles for us every time he makes a way, y'all. Every time he opens a door. Sometimes we get so focused on, I'm waiting on the millions. I'm waiting on $1 million. I want to hit this lottery. I'm waiting on God to send me this unexpected check. And yes, there's nothing wrong with believing for those things. But recognize and thank him for the time where he sent gas money when you were on your last gallon of gas. And God sent someone to be a blessing. Or you needed food and God sent someone with groceries. Those are miracles right there. When he opened the door, you had an interview and you have been on unemployment and you have been applying here, applying there, applying here, applying there, and God opened the door and gave you a job making more than you could have ever imagined. That was a miracle. Car repo after repo after repo. And God says, I'm going to send you here. Here's the car that you want. Go ahead and get it. That's a miracle. So we don't want to ignore the little miracles along the way, waiting for the big one. Because he's doing it daily. Every day, God is doing something for us. He woke us up this morning. That's a miracle. You got a car? That's a miracle. You got food? That's a miracle. You got some money in your account? That's a miracle. You got clothes? That's a miracle. Your children still okay? That's a miracle. Miracle after miracle. Pammy Pooh said he's always on time. Yes, always, never late. It may look late for us, but God is never late. Baby, he'll scare you. Child, look, let me turn this air on. God, look, baby. Look, I told y'all Texas can't keep up. Okay, it's supposed to be fall. Let me turn some air on, child. We still in summer. Okay. I'm telling y'all, miracle after miracle every day. Every day. He's doing something for us. And when we thank him in that, he sends more. Okay? When he sees you're grateful for the little, he blesses with much. He blesses with much. I know my Facebook, now Facebook doesn't pay as much as YouTube. Okay? Whatsoever. So, I don't mind telling the amounts because I ain't really been on there. Well, and because I haven't been on there, I'm not shocked by the result. I be on there sometimes, but I'm just sharing my YouTube stuff. So on Facebook, I think last month I got like 20 some cents. Okay. And so I was grateful for that. I was like, well, thank you, Lord. That's some increase. So yesterday, Facebook sent their invoice and I was like, well, thank you, Lord, for my cents. So I clicked on it. Y'all, it had moved up. I was no longer in cents no more. $5.25. Okay. But thank you, Lord, for the increase. Okay, baby, you better thank him over the little. Okay, because it's still increased. I don't care if it was 1 cent. Okay, if you find 20 cents on the ground, that's some increase. Thank him for the increase. You don't know what is about to happen in your life. If he sees that you are grateful for little, then he will send you much. Baby, I say, okay, God, you trying to show off this $5.25. Okay. Baby. Okay, he shocked me because I sure thought I was about to see 50 cents. Okay. I had really been off of my Facebook so much. I had been off of there. So I was surprised to even get anything. Like literally, I don't be on there posting like that anymore. Okay, let's say said, come on. He right. Come on, 520. God bless us, comes right on time. Hello. Child, that's a tank of gas, or you can go get you something. Now, hey, there ain't no value meal. You can get something after the value menu. Okay. Right, Nicole. Be grateful. Good morning, Brandy. Welcome. Child, be grateful. Okay. And I have to get on my husband about that sometimes. Like, seriously. Because he'll be like, okay, like, if I bring something that he didn't ask for, but he necessarily does not have a taste for it, and he'll be like, oh, okay. Well, thank you could be a response. Talking about, oh, okay. No, nobody had to do nothing. Okay, so regardless of if you had a taste for that or not, you better eat it. Thank you is the proper response, okay, for whatever. I'm telling you, like, we got to be grateful in the little, because you never know if that could be a test. Okay, God could be testing you to see, are they going to be grateful for this house? Okay, it may not be the mansion that you wanted or you prayed for, but what are you doing with what you have? Are you grateful for that? If you showing him, I ain't grateful for it, I'm going to complain every time I walk through this door, you ain't ready for the next. Are you thanking him for the hoopty? Okay, it may not be that Mercedes, okay, that Palisade, whatever car you believe in him for, but are you thankful for what he has blessed you with? Are you thankful for having some form of transportation to get you from point A to B? Okay, whether it's a bus pass, whether it's an Uber. Some people don't have money to get an Uber. Just like that girl, Holly Johnson, or Guadasia, whatever the girl name, real name. She got like 3-4 different names. Okay, how she was talking about Ramika on that I Would Never video. And it was one part that she brought up about Ramika couldn't get her car fixed for, I believe she said, I forgot how long, for however long she couldn't get her car fixed, and she had to get transportation to her birthday party. Well, girl, thank God for the money to be able to roll up in a nice vehicle like that. Okay. You probably mad because you couldn't do it. Okay, so regardless of whether her car was fixed or not, she was then able, whether it was through favor, someone blessed her with it, someone paid for it for her, guess what? She was still chauffeured to her own birthday party. Then she capped on her talking about, was roasting her saying, oh, she was always moving and she had to get hotels. Okay. Well, child, look, she had a roof over her head. Hotels are expensive. Okay, so if she was able to stay in a hotel, whether it was through somebody paying it for her or her being able to pay for it, child, she still had somewhere to stay. And a hotel is nice. Okay, so don't try to down people because of their situations, because there's still a way being made. When God still makes a way, that's a miracle. Okay, it's a miracle along the way to your next blessing, along the way to the big miracle. Okay, so don't discount what he's doing in your life. Right, D, she got like 4-5 different names. Pick one. We don't know what to call you. Okay, girl, pick a name. D said, yes, I don't like when people think they better than other people, and I don't like to be friends with people like that. Exactly. Hey, Dr. Braves is in the building. Welcome, sis. Thank you for joining. Girl, you've been in here and I ain't even see you. I've been just running my mouth. Yeah, pick one. Pick a miracle. Pick a name. And then the miracles are along the way. Brandy said exactly. If God never does anything else for me, he's done enough. Thank you, Lord, for every mountain you brought me over. Thank you for continued blessings. Say that again. Okay? I'm telling you, how many times does he have to prove himself? How many times does he have to show us, I told you I am going to take care of you? Even if it looks like, I'm telling you, it's been times where I need some money and the bill is due. And I'm looking at the clock like, Lord, I need some money. And he makes a way right in the nick of time. Okay. He's not going to be early. But he uses those opportunities to settle us, to increase our faith in Him, our trust in Him. The more we get to know Him and in relationship with Him, the easier it becomes to trust Him, because you have relationship, you have history with Him. And He is the same God that did it the last time. Hi, Mama Six, welcome. She was never and was still jealous, right? And was still jealous. Okay. Yeah. How you still jealous of somebody you talking about don't have this, don't have that, girl? That goes to show you, y'all, it's not necessarily about what you have. A lot of times when people are jealous or envious, it's about what you have on you. They see that there is something different about you. They see that, oh my gosh, this girl has favor. Like, she got a force, okay, that is covering her, that's bringing her through, that's making waves. How does she keep getting up and fighting every day? How does she keep getting out of the hospital every time? They know it's something about you, and that makes them not like you. They can't put their finger on it, but they know it is something about you. Something about how you seem to have it all together, or you seem to have favor all of this time and that time and this time. It just always works out for you. But what they don't see is what you do behind the scenes. They don't see the tears. They don't see the prayer. They don't see the times you wanted to give up. Only people see what is out front, never paying attention to what happens behind the scenes. The times you get mad and want to give up. They don't see all of that. They see the way being made. They see the smile on your face. They see that you just keep bouncing back, because we are more than conquerors. Excuse me. Let's see. Dee said that some people don't like helping people because they think they're better, but they will talk about you like you're nothing. Ooh. Okay. Good morning, Kay Brown. Welcome. They don't realize the blessing is in your giving. Yeah. We cannot outgive God. Anytime when you give, and you give from a right heart. Now that's the difference. If you giving to somebody and you're mad about it, or you're going to talk about them, please keep your money. Please keep it, because it's not blessed at that point, because you're giving out of a cold heart. Is not a cheerful heart. Okay. And I don't know what kind of heart that is. Okay. Baby, keep it. But if you're giving out of a cheerful heart, God loves a cheerful giver. And that's when we're giving to people or giving to Him. It shouldn't have to be forced. Okay. If you willingly give to God with a cheerful heart, He blesses it. Brandy, okay, Dee said, Dr. Braves, yes, it's sad. That's why I don't ask nobody for nothing, because you never know what's been said or have been said. Yeah, that can happen too. And you know, even with Sha'Carri Richardson, I don't know if y'all recently saw some of the videos that have been going around from the Tokyo Olympic event that they had there. And y'all, Team USA, baby, we rock that thing, the men and the women. And I remember looking at Sha'Carri. Something about her, y'all. Like, is this one of those things? Either you're going to love her or you're going to hate on her. Okay? But I love it about her. She keeps pressing. She keeps trying. She does not give up. And this girl, when I tell you, it's the final leg of that race, and it looks like she has some turbo. Y'all know how on Fast and Furious, when they're racing those cars and they click that little button, and the car just takes off. Something looks like at some point with her legs, it's like somebody has clicked the button, and she has like turbo speed. I was hollering so loud watching that video. I was so proud of her and so excited. So yesterday, I was on Facebook, and there's a new campaign from Kim Kardashian is doing called Skims, Nike Skims, okay? And TMZ was trying to be messy with their caption, talking about, excuse me, Sha'Carri Richardson has landed, some to the effect, landed this campaign amid her previous domestic violence situation. Well, first of all, okay, do y'all talk about when y'all was saying Kim Kardashian was over there? Did y'all say with her previous sex tape out with Ray J? No, you quit talking about that. When you putting the two things together, they have nothing to do with each other, right? Okay, so I think she deserves the same respect. Now, what you could have said was Sha'Carri Richardson, the one that just won with Team USA on the 4x100s and also brought in gold on the other race, the 100 meter. I forget what it's called. Y'all know the track people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, y'all could have put that in there. Y'all didn't have to put, the girl has already apologized. The guy, he didn't even press charges. He wanted to move on. He didn't even want to deal with any of it. He's done. They're done with it. Move on. Okay. And I put in the comments, and I thank God for giving her that opportunity. Okay. Because you could tell people have prayed for this girl. And of course, when you're young, and I believe a lot of some of this stuff is because she's still young, she has to believe now, girl, you are a whole brand. So you have to watch out for the things that you do out here in these streets, things that you say, and all of that. Okay. You're a whole brand. You're a whole millionaire right now. But God has given her this opportunity again. And sometimes people will hate on people if they have done wrong, if they seem like they're always getting on top again. They don't know what is happening. So instead of them being excited for you, they hate on you. Okay? Because they don't know what's going on. Baby, it is a force behind. Okay? It's a force, and the force could be behind you too. But you can't be ignorant out here. You got to recognize when the enemy has you and who you living for. What are you doing? Okay, are you following in all of the traps that he has put for you? Or are you trying to live for God? Okay, because God blesses his people just like the enemy blesses his. So you got to recognize who blessing that person. Sometimes we out here being jealous of folks, being envious of folks, and God ain't the one blessing them. Okay, because the enemy going to keep his people happy too. So you got to recognize when it's from God and when it's from the enemy. And we don't have to hate or be jealous of anyone. Walk in your lane. Thank him for your blessings. As we thank him and walk in our own lanes, guess what? It makes room for other stuff. It makes room for other doors to open. It makes room for people to come and favor us. When our attention is off of our own situation, excuse me, y'all. When our attention is off of our own life and our own situation, and we start looking at others, we start getting into a competitive mode. We start getting into a jealous mode. And I even had to check myself one day. Okay. With my YouTube, I was looking at something and I was like, man, but I know I be doing this and I said, girl, stay over here on your channel. Stay over here. Mind your business. You need to focus on how do you get better. Make your channel better. Don't look at what somebody else doing, because when you start looking at what somebody else doing, you start with this competition thing in your own mind. Nobody's competing with you. You compete with your own self. How can you be better? Okay, keep your eyes on your own life. How do you better yourself every day? That's what we got to start doing. That's how we grow. Let's see here. Because I be talking, I forget to look at the chat. Okay, Dr. Bray said, Royal D, I understand. People who always think they're above others are usually in for the rudest awakening. It's important to always remain humble in spite of success or wealth. Yes, exactly. I agree. Okay, thank you, Shelly Shells, for being a member for 11 months. Thank you so much, sis. And y'all can become a member too. All you have to do is click the link or the join button, and you can become an open book member. D says some people will act like they are happy for you when things come good your way, but in real life they are not. Yep, I've seen that. Brandy said you can change your life for the better. There will be somebody from your past that will remind you who you used to be. Uh-oh. Everybody can come when you're on your journey. I protect my peace at all costs. Yes. Okay. Oh my God, baby. Now that is so true, Brandy. Some people will remind you. Make sure y'all tap that like button as you come in. Some people will remind you of who you were. Okay. And baby, sometimes I think that's God's way of humbling a lot of people because you get so high and mighty. Okay, like you ain't never did something. Or you just with the silver spoon in your mouth all of your life. You've always had it together. No, everyone has to grow. Everybody's at different points in their lives as well. Okay. So yes, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Baby, because baby, people you be out there, you out eating with your friend, y'all eating steak and stuff, and then you up there, you thinking you all that, and one of your childhood friends come up and be like, girl, oh, hey, how you doing? Girl, it must be nice we able to eat here. Remember when we had to eat those Vienna sausages? And nothing wrong with Vienna sausages, but it ain't as expensive as steak. Okay. Them ramen noodles, girl, our mamas had us eating them ramen noodles every day. And you like, oh shoots, why she come over here? Cause you just thinking, oh, I'm balling now. But there was once upon a time. That's why we can't forget. It keeps us humble. That we ain't always had it like that. Okay. We ain't always been rolling in Rolls Royces. Okay. Baby, you had to share a car with your auntie. Your mama, your auntie, everybody share one car. You and your cousins all crunched up in one car. Okay? And when we didn't have the car, we had to catch the bus. When you didn't have enough food, your granny going down to the center, getting the boxes with the cheese and the peanut butter. Can't even hardly spread it. The cheese, you can't even melt it. Okay? You can cut a block and eat it. Okay? We ain't always had it like that. And we can't get so prideful when we think that, because pride goes before the fall. Okay? It goes first. That pride gonna come off of you first before you fall. What goes up can come down too. So as God elevates, always keep an even perspective of who you are and recognize who's doing it. Who's the force behind you? Sometimes we think we're doing it. We're so grand and great. No, it's only because of the grace and mercy of God. Am I able to get anything? Am I able to have anything? I give him all the glory. But God is so wonderful. He places us out front to shine, knowing that he is the secret weapon. He is the force, the driving force that helps us along the way, that pushes us when we want to sit down and give up, that stands up for us when people are talking about us and messing with us. He's our vindicator. He's our mouthpiece. When he said that the battle is his, vengeance is mine, guess what? God does the talking better than we can. Okay? People may think that they can do you wrong and get away with it, but I bet you this. When you let God handle it, he handles it the best way. Okay? He handles it the best way. Let's see. D said, and remember when people say, I'm sorry you're going through this, but in real life, they glad about that. Oh, okay. They glad about that too. Uh-huh. Ooh, you better say it. I'm telling you. Child, people, the mouth says one thing, but the actions show something totally different. Yep, that is so true. Some people glad they be looking for your downfall. Some people will check your pages to see if you still okay. Peekaboo, I am, and I see you. I'm telling y'all, we have people that literally will come onto our pages, y'all, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, just to see if you okay. Baby, put a post out there saying, y'all pray for me. Oh, you gonna get a lot of comments in those posts. When you going through, you about to get a lot of comments. People about to be in there faking it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. What happened? But then when you come out with the God made a way, hey, that post, child, those same people will not be back on it. Baby, they would not come back. Okay. That's how you pay attention to who claps when you win them. Okay. Pay attention to who doesn't. But I saw a post yesterday that was really good. When you know that God is your biggest cheerleader and claps for you, you don't even pay attention to who not. Come on now, baby. All you need is an audience of one. It doesn't even matter who does it. Okay, because hey, you already know. But I'm telling you, those same people, and when you going through, one time my husband was in the hospital, y'all. We had people that I ain't even heard of. And I have been keeping, posts of his progress and things like that, and posting all of that on Facebook. And so, like Tay said, that's so true. I'm telling you. And baby, people I didn't even know, some of his friends I didn't even know coming, oh, well, I just hope everything is okay. I'm praying for y'all and da 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 da. And yes, you have some that do, that mean well. Baby, when you post that video of him coming out, him learning how to walk again, he done made it out of the hospital, da 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 da. Child, where those people at? That should be the post that should be blowing up. Okay? Y'all, some people do not want to see you succeed. They don't want the best for you. And that is a reality of life. Jesus was not surprised by Judas. He knew in his 12, he had one that was going to betray him. It was not a surprise. You better recognize who you have around you. Everybody around you is not for you. Or really, it should be in your inner circle. People can say a lot, but pay attention to their actions. When do they clap? When do they not clap? What do they say? What do they not say? Because not saying is also a response. Seriously. Dee said, I don't want everybody to pray for me at all. I know that's right. Brandy said, me too. That's why my circle is very small and I like it that way. Exactly. Yeah. Latte said they're going to stroll past it. I do pay attention, but then I'm like, oh, well, hello? Come on now. Facts. I don't want everybody praying for me. I don't know what they're praying for. Come on now. Latte said, Dee said, Latte, you sound like me. I pay attention. Yes. Miss D, I do, but I don't say anything. Yeah, me too. I do too. I mean, for what? Don't be ignorant. It goes back to that. For what? You just peep it and move on. We don't have to come out and say, like a lot of my posts, y'all would notice, I don't give a lot of attention to haters. Some people post after post, yeah, this to all my haters out here, for what? That comes with the territory that you're going to have people to hate on you. You don't have to give them extra attention and marketing. For what? No, I ain't gonna give you no extra press on my page. Okay, why I'm gonna market my haters? For what? Market your own self. Okay, no, I don't need to clap back at you because guess what? I've already peeped. I know who you are. You know who your haters are. You know that. Why do we give extra attention to that all of the time? That comes with the territory. It's a part of life. We're going to have people for us and people not. And y'all, that hurt my heart one day. When I came to that realization, I was like, well, why nobody wouldn't like me? I try to be nice to people. I try to encourage people. And God had to say, look, I did too. Okay. And he had a whole crowd saying crucify him. And he was nothing but nice. Heal those people. Work miracle after miracle. The same people yelling, Hosanna, Easter. I'm on all every season and holiday. Hosanna, you are the highest. Hosanna on Palm Sunday. Just who worshiping are the same people outside yelling, crucify him, release Barabbas, crucify him. How you turn on me like that in such a short amount of time? If they did it to him, who are we? Who are we? Don't even be surprised. Y'all, I'm to the point, I'm immune to it now, I think. People switch up so fast and change so fast. It's almost like I'm immune to it. Like, what is happening? I have even witnessed people that have been close and they arguing into it, disloyal. It's so many disloyal people out here. Like, we're not loyal for nothing. Who are you loyal to? Like, it's crazy work. Like, seriously. Yes, I'm that as well. Would rather have 4 good friends than 100 fake acquaintances. Me too. Right. I don't ask people to pray for me. I know this. Okay. If the offer, I say okay and keep it moving, right, Janet? I've always thought I was weird. I pick up on energy quickly for some odd reason, and I either match it or walk away if I don't care and let them have it. Yes, I do too. I can pick up on energies too. Yep. I'm not giving it any extra energy. Right. Randy said exactly. My parents taught me at a young age, in this life, you'll be able to count your true friends on one hand and have fingers left over. It's so true. Ooh, child. And that's been all of my life, though. I mean, even in school, I really just never kept a crowd around me of friends. Like, you would see me hanging out with maybe 1 or 2 people. That's just been my whole life. And I'm fine with that. I'm like an introvert. I like people and I talk to people and I like to, laugh and stuff like that. But I'm an introvert and I've always just been comfortable with just having a couple of people around me. Even at work. Even at work. I used to work in a call center. I think that was the most people I've had around me. And I look forward to going home every day. But we cut up though. I ain't gonna lie. That call center though. But I love my little nook, my little cubicle. I loved it. Okay. I felt like this was my little space. But yeah, we cut up. I ain't gonna lie. When I was working at that call center, that's one of the messiest. I was in a different point in my life. Baby, we trying to keep up with all the gossip in the call center. If you work at a call center, I know y'all clowning and messing. Okay. Oh, Lord. Hey, Jessica, good morning, girl. Yes, you are late. Look, I was about to get off. And then we started talking about something else. We done went all over the place this morning. Okay. Pammy Pooh said, I love being by myself. My family is my friends. Me too, yeah. Dr. Brave said, yes, I'm an introvert. I'm comfortable in my own space and value my peace. If I feel like you're going to disturb it in any way, you will disappear faster than crusty edges on a poly. Okay, that's what I'm saying too. I get out of Dodge. Okay, I will move around. I'm the type, I will just move around. I will leave you be, hey, because I'm not about to force a friendship. I'm not about, no, Let's see, D said, I followed this lady on Facebook and she was crying last night because her mom and her husband's family been coming for her. I feel so bad for her. She said it's because of her money she's making. Yes, that can happen. Latte said, hey, don't do call centers. You can't be messy working from home. Oh, you said you can't be messy working from home. Yes, you can. But girl, those call center days, child. Woo, woo. I'm an introvert too. You're an only child. I don't need a lot of people around me. Right. I love everybody, but I will let go fast. Right. Yeah, you can be messy working from home. I just remember those days. We had a lot of fun though too, and it became like a little family when we worked at the call center. Yeah, went on some dates. You seeing these people every day. Met some guys. Yeah, it was a different experience. Yeah, I did the call center for 10 years too. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. For 10 years of my life, I worked at the call center. Yep. But y'all, I think that is our time. Oh, yes, it's gonna be all that I have because I have to get ready for work. I got an early meeting today. So I was like, let me come live. Y'all, if you didn't check out the Zumba, we did Zumba last night. Okay. My computer started acting up. Y'all, I'm gonna have to do a whole fund. Okay. Your girl needs some help for a new laptop. Okay, it's time. This laptop is on its last leg. I know y'all get sick of people to my baby. I got my own kids and Christmas. Okay, baby, I need a whole new laptop. But hey, we're gonna make it do what it do. But I may come on this evening with another with Zumba again. It's like 25 minutes, y'all. Get your water, move your body. It's after dinner time. Okay, you need to go on and move. Y'all, I have lost 34 pounds so far. Now, yesterday was 31. Okay. When I checked this morning, now I'm not gonna check again till the 5th. I'm gonna, because I can't do this daily thing. But when I was going to the doctor, I was able to keep up with it. That's how it was. You know, I got me a scale for the house. But see, I don't want to get into the habit of checking daily. But yesterday it was 31, and then now this morning it's 34 total. Okay, so we got to keep this thing going. Okay, we got to keep it going. Drinking your water, getting some movement, 25, 30 minutes a day, regardless of whether you come on here and do it with us or your own, do you some 30 minutes, your breaks at work, or drink your water. Try to eat less sugars and carbs. And those things will help you get it down fast. Like, seriously, if you pull sodas, like those sodas, y'all, I had started going to zero sugar sodas. Okay. If I do the soda, I don't do the regular sodas no more. Doing that will automatically, when you cut back on that 10 pounds, automatically. Okay. When you increase your water and do at least 30 minutes, automatically you're going to start seeing a drop. Seriously, you will start seeing a drop fast if you do those things, just those few things. Then, if you go even further, start incorporating more vegetables, salads, things like that, kind of ease up on the snacks. Now, I stopped buying a lot of the snacks too for the house, for me and for the kids. I really am not a sweets person like that, but my daughter is, as far as like all of those cookies and stuff like that. So I just eased up on buying it. If it's not here, my theory is you can't eat it. Okay. So yeah. I thank God, y'all. I really do. Thank you so much, Dr. Braves. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Mrs. X. D said get your water bottles. Yes. Latte said she said I think my scale is broken. Okay. Girl. Oh my gosh. I don't mess with sodas. Okay, got you. Italian soda has less sugar too. Oh, I didn't even know about that. Yeah, y'all, we can do this. Okay. My birthday is in January. I have a goal set for my birthday. But y'all, this is more so a lifestyle change as well. I don't even think of it as a diet. I don't. I had to do this when I was pregnant with my son. I had to literally, because I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant. I had to literally change the way I thought about food and what I put into my body because I wanted my son to survive. Okay. You can do it if you want to do it. When you have something you to live for, you can do this. So my doctor said, well, if you do it for your son, hey, you definitely can do it for yourself. And so I went into that mindset again. Certain things I don't want to take part in. Just like when I did alcohol. After I had that last hangover and I didn't know I was going to get up on the second floor apartment that I lived at and drove home. And the Lord blessed me to make it home after mixing liquors and having a hangover that following morning. That was it for me. I have not had a lick of alcohol. Now I had What did I have? What did those mimosa? I have had a mimosa. And I think I had like half of that one time. We went to one of my husband's cousin's book signing. But as far as the alcohol, I quit. Like after a while, y'all, some stuff you just don't even have a taste for no more. Now that I've been on the zero sugar soda, whatever, I don't even have a taste for the other soda. And one time they gave me the regular kind, it didn't even taste the same. So sometimes your taste buds will change too. Dr. Brave said, only soda I drink is Sprite. I also try to eat veggies and salads at least 3 times per week. Yes, fiber, salads, that helps. Yeah, I never heard of those either. Hey, Dreamy Girl. Hey, sis. Good morning. I've incorporated more veggies and salads too. Okay, gotcha. And Mrs. X, I don't know if you want to share your good news as well. They have me in the office today. Uh-oh. Dreaming. Hey, girl, you got to do some work. You gotta do some work today. Look, me too. What I'm laughing for. Child, I gotta go in too. Golly. And gotta go in early. Okay, so y'all, Mrs. X also shared with me last night that she has lost, was it 24? She has lost 24 pounds. Okay, come on now. Let's congratulate Mrs. X. I think you said, was it 24? I don't want to get it wrong. I think she said 24 pounds last night. So congrats to Mrs. X. Anyone else been losing weight that you want to share in the chat? Y'all, because I know my brother, oh my gosh. I saw him on a picture because I haven't seen my brother in, when the last time we went? It's been some months. Even from the time we went, it's been a good 4 months probably since I saw him. My brother has lost so much weight. They do this training camp activity every Saturday with my uncle, and they go into the park. And I didn't even recognize my own brother. I was scrolling up Facebook, and I said, boy, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Okay, so y'all, people are out here trying to lose weight, get healthy, and so forth. Did my comments stop? Mrs. X, did I get it right? Sometimes my comments get stuck too, y'all. But yes, congrats to Mrs. X on losing her weight as well. I can't see any more comments. Dreamy Girl or Shelly, can y'all comment right quick? I want to see. I am going to have to get off from here. Get ready. I cannot see y'all's comments. Well, okay. That's the Lord's cue that I'm not going to be ignorant. It's time for me to get off so I don't start having to rush to work. Okay. But y'all, this has been a great live, a great conversation. Thank y'all so much for joining on today. Shout out to Cherry for the gift that you sent earlier, and Shelly Shells for being a member for 11 months. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all tap the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank all of the members that are lit up in green. I appreciate your monthly support. Thank you so much. If you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, which is I think it's linked in the description field. I'll put it in there. Or buy a coffee, and those links will be in the description field. But I can't see y'all's comments, so I'm not ignoring y'all. But thank y'all so much. I love you all. I hope y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. Until next time, be blessed.